at the end of this presentation, we have some pretty amazing deals that I want to talk about where we can save you a lot of money on some of the sailings that we have. So we'll go ahead and get things kicked off. For those of you who don't know me, who haven't met me, my name is John Frazier. I am the owner of Polaris Travel Experts. We're located here in Westerville, Ohio, is our home office. And we just recently opened up a new office in New Albany, Indiana, not to be confused with New Albany, Ohio. Um, so if you're tuning in from New Albany, welcome and welcome to everybody else as well. And you know, I always get excited for these nights when we get to hear from Royal Caribbean, and mainly because of Chris. Chris and I have known each other now for a long time.
Long time.
And she is by far one of our favorite vendors. So, and she gives great presentations. I always learn something new. And so, Chris, thanks for being with us tonight. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get it kicked off. So, Chris, I'm going to turn things over to you. I know you're going to share your screen here.
I'm going to share my screen right now. And thanks so much, John. I can't tell you how appreciative I am. It's always great to spend time with you. And we have known each other for a very long time. It's been a great partnership all these years. So thank you so much for giving me this time tonight. So I will go ahead and kind of breeze through Royal Caribbean, some things that are maybe new that you're not aware of. And for those of you who've never cruised before, just kind of what our brand is all about. So without further ado, let me go ahead and talk about our mission, which is just inspiring people. We want you to really expand your horizons. Adventures mean different things to different people, vacations mean different things to different people, and we really want to be all of that for you. So that is truly our mission. Why Royal Caribbean? Because we know there's a lot of other opportunities out there for you to take different vacations, but our ships are pretty woe-worthy, to say the least. We have so many amazing destinations that we do go to, but far beyond any of that is our amazing service. I can't remember. I've been with Royal for 29 years now, and everybody's like, what's in the water? What do you give them? Because they're just so attentive, knowing your name, knowing what you like, and it really makes the experience so much more personalized. So let's talk first about these remarkable destinations. I mean, we are a Royal Caribbean International. We cruise all around the world with so many remarkable destinations. In 2026, and this is going to be pretty similar to what we have in 2025, 21 ships in the Caribbean. I mean, it's in our name, it's in our DNA, it's who we want to be thought of if you're thinking about going to the Caribbean, which most of North America is. We do move 6 ships over to Europe. I'm doing amazing destinations, whether it's Greek Isles, Norwegian fjords, Mediterranean. We've got a little bit of everything. 4 ships in Alaska. And of course, this is seasonal as well as Europe is. But we've got northbound, southbound, which allows you to add some land onto it. And really, they say that if you're just cruising Alaska, you're just hitting the tip of the iceberg. So no pun intended. 5 on the West Coast, which is very exciting. We haven't done this in many years, and it's doing exceptionally well, visiting places like Puerto Vallarta and Cabo San Lucas. So I'm excited to do that one. It's on my bucket list. 4 in the Northeast, more seasonal, although we do sail year round from the Northeast, but some of them are going to be a little more seasonal, like our Canada, New England sailings into Bermuda, great places like that. Australia, also on my bucket list. I've got a lot of things on my bucket list. 2 there, and the beauty about Australia is that their winter is our summer, so it's exactly when we want to get away, especially if you're in Ohio. And then 1 over in Asia. So let me show you some of these remarkable destination ports that we do sail from here. So you can see we're all over the place. We sail from so many different ports. It's extremely easy to access our ships, and we just want to go where our clients want to go, and which is pretty much all around the world. I also would neglect it if I didn't talk for just a few moments about our amazing private island destinations. This one here is called Perfect Day at Coco Cay. It's in the Bahamas. It is a destination in itself. I can't tell you how many times I've done events where I'm talking to consumers and they're like, how can I get to Perfect Day? Well, you have to do it on a cruise, but it really is amazing. John's been there multiple times. We've spent some time all around this island. We have a wide variety of options for guests who are looking for something a little bit different. If it's thrill, you're in pink. We've got the wave pool, which is the largest wave pool in the Caribbean, and adventure pool. We've got 12 different pools at all, as well as the tallest water slide in North America. If you see the blue here, that's all about chill. And we've got so many different choices here, whether it's the Oasis Lagoon, which is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. We've got beautiful beaches throughout as well, over the water cabanas. We just really have so much. And if you're all about adult, Hideaway Beach over here is where you want to be. We've got beautiful beach area. We've got this amazing pool, which also has a swim up bar. We've got lots of fun things happening there. So again, this is a great place. Now, if you don't want to spend another dollar, get off, walk around, the food, enjoy, experience, it's all about you. But if you want to do something a little bit different, there are some charges associated with various areas. But if you've got the beverage package, it works here. If you've got the Wi-Fi package, it's going to work here. Stay connected, and really just enjoy this perfect day. We also have this amazing destination. This is Labadee. This is
Hey,
off the coast of Haiti. Oh,
Chris,
sorry,
can I
John.
jump in real quick?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Perfect Day is so incredible. We had an opportunity, thanks to Chris, to go and check out the new adults only Hideaway Bay. And if you want to get away from the kiddos a little bit, or if you're there with adults, I definitely recommend it. It's totally worth the extra money, and it's not very much. I also
Mhm.
neglected to mention at the beginning of this that if you have questions, feel free to put those into the chat or in the Q&A, and as we go along, we'll go ahead and answer those. But I couldn't let it go without saying that, man, Perfect Day is
Aw.
just one of the best things. And it's like having an excursion built in. So it actually ups the value, I think, of when you go on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Oh, thanks, John. I have to agree. I mean, our private islands are truly amazing. Shown here is Labadee. This is off the coast of Haiti, which I know is a little scary for some people, but you can see how preserved this is. It's not accessible by anything other than boat. It's highly secured. And unfortunately, we've been hit or missing it. So I love this. One of my favorite places to go, longest zip line over water in the world. We've got a beautiful coaster area called Adrenaline Beach. We've got so many cool things that are happening here. Again, if you just want to find a hammock and have somebody come and wait on you all day, you're picking the right place. You can see this is just a beautiful, beautiful area. And I am excited that we sail there, and I can't wait for our ships to get back. We're pausing temporarily, but should be back by the end of August. Our innovative ships are what carry our guests to all these incredible destinations. And I love this view. I mean, it truly is what our ships look like. There is so many things to do. Your compass will tell you all about it. There's hundreds of things throughout the day and into the evening. There's some things you're going to find on board all of our ships, including our signature rock climbing wall, a wide variety of pool options, our Adventure Ocean Youth program, our sports court, our Vitality Spa and Fitness Center, casinos, Vegas style casinos, lots of food options. So there's so many things you're going to find on board all of our ships. And I oftentimes get the question, what is included? Entertainment. I'm going to talk more about this in a little bit, but entertainment, unlike anything else you can see anywhere else in Ohio, to say the least, without paying a pretty penny. And this is all going to be part of your experience, as well as our signature activities. So if you want to zip line, if you want to ice skate, if you want to rock climb, that's just to name a few. These are all included in your experience, as well as incredible food, our Adventure Ocean Youth program, our Vitality Spa and Fitness Center, accommodations, of course, our private destinations, and our unsurpassed service. So let me dive a little bit deeper here and to talk a little bit about the ship classes that we do have available. So starting in 1995, and I was here in 1995, kind of exciting, we took on our Vision class ships, and we'd had a few before that, but we're still talking about ships that are currently in our fleet. So we've got a lot of ships, 25 in all, 26, excuse me, I'm not doing my math, that are still within our fleet. You can see some are smaller. We got a little bigger. We went a little smaller, went a little bigger. So we had kind of a method to our madness. Let me just touch on these briefly. Our Vision class ships are beautiful ships. They're small, and they don't have some of the Broadway shows and the ice shows and things that the other ones do. But I can't tell you how many times I talk to people saying, I just really want the intimate experience. I get to make more friends. I get to just feel like it's more my experience, and people really love it. And these ships allow us to go to places some of the bigger ships can't go. So we do have the Grandeur, the Rhapsody, the Enchantment, and the Vision. Moving on from here, we went to the Voyager class, and this was wow ship. I mean, I got to tell you, with the Royal Promenade, with the ice skating rink, and of course our rock climbing wall, the entertainment just took to a whole new level. We started our specialty dining options. We bonded with Johnny Rockets. It really was truly spectacular, more balconies than we've ever had on board our ships. And I'm sure if I could see a raise of hands, if you've had a balcony before, you would never go back to an inside stateroom. Yeah, there you go, John. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? You just don't want to do it. It's so nice to be able to have your own balcony, to pull into these amazing destinations, having your breakfast out there or a sail away with a glass of champagne as you're going from port to port. That's my favorite thing about cruising too. I have to admit, I don't like to pack and I don't like to unpack. And that's the beauty of cruising. You pack and you unpack once, and you've got this amazing service and these incredible places that you're visiting throughout your 7 night experience. And of course, we do have shorter cruises and we have longer cruises as well. From here, we went a little bit smaller. These are the Radiance class ships. We call them the ships of glass. We have elevators that actually have glass enclosures, so you're facing the ocean when you're going down. We have just so many cool features on board the ships, and again, smaller. You'll find these in Alaska and throughout areas, again, that we just can't get our bigger ships. From there, we went to what I call Voyager on steroids. We really just took the ship higher and wider. We added the Flow Rider Surf Simulator and so many firsts. Really is pretty spectacular. And then we get to the Oasis class. And this is, again, all about wows. We call it the wow factor because we want to see how many times a guest walks on board and says wow. And this one really took us to a whole new place. You can see we have 6 Oasis class currently in our fleet, doing a variety of itineraries from 3 night to 7 night, 8 night actually. And there's so many choices. We brought on Broadway shows. We have the ice shows, of course. We have just, again, so many firsts, different types of accommodations as well. And from there, we went to the Quantum class, a little bit smaller. And I'm like, how do we go from Oasis class? And I was blown away. I think this might be one of my favorite classes of ships, although I think I say that about all of them. But we really went to a whole new place with the Seaplex. We offer bumper cars and roller skating. And again, all this is included in your experience. So many firsts with entertainment. In 270, of course, our headliner shows in the main theater. A lot of new dining options and a wide variety of accommodations as well. And then, of course, if you've not heard, we do have the largest class of ships in the world, the Icon class ships. Currently, we have the Icon of the Seas. Coming in August is the Star of the Seas. And then in 26, the Legend of the Seas. And I will be honest with you, John was on the ship with me too. And I think we had this discussion that, you know what? All right, I'm done. Oasis class was perfect. I don't need bigger. And as soon as I stepped on board the ship, I was absolutely in love. It's so cool. There's 40 different bars and restaurants, and almost half of them have live entertainment taking place, whether it's country or jazz or dueling pianos. The ambiance of entertainment and accommodations, it really just is so special. So the Icon class has the different neighborhoods similar to the Oasis class. Thrill Island with Category 6 water slides. Surfside, I truly love for families. I'm not in that stage anymore. I'm hoping to become a grandma sometime soon so I can take my grandkids there because you know what? They won't want to come out. They have whimsical carousels, pools, water slides, all sorts of cool things, family-friendly food, cookies and milk under the stars. I mean, just balloon making and face painting. There's so many things. It's all about families. And then, of course, we've got chill because we know that sometimes people aren't looking for the thrill. So we brought everything that you would know from Perfect Day on board our ships. We also have, and I'm going to minimize on my screen here because we have the Hideaway, which is our adult-only area. Truly love this. This is a suspension pool about 65 feet above Surfside, and this whole back area is all about adults, so that's kind of cool. The Aqua Dome is our 5-story theater. Which is a water theater, high dive, high wire. We incorporate skateboarding and half pipes and everything in between to this incredible show. The suites, which are very popular, have their own neighborhood, the Royal Promenade, and then, of course, Central Park. So again, so many cool places. People tend to kind of gravitate to where their interests lie. So let me show you a few highlights on board here. First of all, we have Thrill Island. It is the largest water park at sea. And I heard people screaming as I was walking through it. I'll admit I didn't do it. You can also see our sports court, which is the size of a full basketball court. We'll do pickleball and gagaball and all sorts of activities taking place here. I am gonna say I shivered at the thought of this, but John did not, thankfully, and I was there to videotape him when he did the Crown's Edge.
Somebody talked me into that when I was at the bar. I won't mention her name.
Oh, you know what? I was like not doing it, but I'm going to watch when he does. So this was really cool because this is an experience for our guests to actually zip line out over the water. And you have a GoPro on your head, so you get a whole video of your experience, and it's really, really cool. This is one of the few things we do charge for as far as our experiences go. We talked a little bit about the Aquadome already. John, I'm sorry, do you want to back up?
Oh, I said I actually have the video of that. Maybe at the end of the presentation, we'll show the video of that.
That would be really cool because I was going, no, don't do it. It was that scary to me, but he did it with with flying colors. Moving on, we have the suspension pool that we talked about, the Hideaway. It's 65 feet, 55, excuse me, 65 feet suspended in the air. We have multiple ways to splash in Surfside, and then 7 pools on board, as well as the largest pool at sea. And one of the coolest things I found when I was on board the ship is there's so many pools that people don't even find. I mean, there's nooks and crannies and infinity pools and cool things that are happening where people are like, oh, really, that's a pool? I didn't even know it. So water, water everywhere. So what does our future look like in 2025? Of course, the Star of the Seas and our Royal Beach Club in Nassau. In 2026, our Royal Beach Club Cozumel, as well as Legend of the Seas. And Icon 4 is coming in 2027, along with our third private island, which is going to be so cool off the coast of Costa Maya. And in 2028, yes, we do have one more Oasis class ship coming, Oasis 7. So all of these are yet to be named, and we're just really looking forward to our future. So let me talk for a quick second about Star of the Seas. Star, sister to Icon, sailing from Port Canaveral, going to be visiting a perfect day on every stop, doing Eastern and Western Caribbean. So you can see this magnificent ship. It is going to be super special and can't wait. Port Canaveral, super accessible I think even people from here drive. It's accessible. So just great to get to, and we're looking forward to the arrival of this ship. Of course, Legend of the Seas will be arriving it's actually May of 2026. We're going to take delivery, and this ship is actually going to start in Barcelona. And I'm doing the Mediterranean before repositioning back to Fort Lauderdale, doing a 6 and 8 night Caribbean itinerary. So let's talk for just a few moments. If you've not sailed with us before, this is what all the staterooms look like. I'm joking. This is someplace that everybody could really get cozy. This is one of our suites. We have several on board. But for those who aren't looking for that much space, certainly we've got interior staterooms that don't have a window. And one of the cool things we came out with about 10 years ago was our virtual balcony. So you can have an interior stateroom and actually see what's happening outside. It's very, very cool. We also have ocean view staterooms that have a nice window. What happened with our our Oasis class ships, we have the boardwalk and we have Central Park, and these are actually facing the inside of those beautiful areas and open to the air. So there are our neighborhood and promenade view balconies. We, of course, have our ocean view balconies and our infinite balconies. And then from there, we go to our suites. You can see this junior suites at double the size of the other staterooms I was just showing you. And then it just gets bigger from there. So I apologize. If you're looking for multi-bedroom, if you're looking for loft suites, and we also have these amazing family suites as well, 2 stories and 3 in some cases on the Icon class, with so many cool bells and whistles and features that the family just really has the best time together. We can't not talk about cruising without talking about food. Food's a huge experience on board, and there's so many things that are included. And I just like to remind you all, I've been with Royal, as I mentioned, for 29 years. And in those 29 years, all the same things were free. Now we have 10 times more that are also free. But we also found that there's people who want to kind of have an elevated experience. Maybe they're celebrating something, maybe a birthday, maybe an anniversary. You don't know. I'm a foodie. I love some of our specialty dining options, but we have so many different things that are available, completely complimentary, suite exclusive areas, some a la carte areas, and as I mentioned, the specialty dining. So you can see here, these are all our complimentary dining options. We have the best pizza at sea by far. Several of our ships have a Loco Fresh, which is some fabulous Mexican. I know I spent some time there with John with the margarita. We've got our Windjammer, Sprinkles, Doghouse. Again, some areas dedicated to our suites, but it's all about the food. And again, if you are celebrating something special, if you're looking for something unique, maybe a little more intimate, you can see here we've got the Mason Jar, which is our southern restaurant, Jamie's Italian. We do have Starbucks on board all of our ships. Johnny Rockets on several. If you like Azumi and hibachi, we've got that for you too. Hooked seafood. And again, these are going to cost you a little bit of money on top of your cruise, but it's not something you have to do. It's something that if you choose to do, want to celebrate something special, we want to have that for you. We have a wide variety of dining and beverage packages. We have sales 2 times a month, and then we have these flash sales that are going on. So if you engage with us in the pre-cruise planner, we're going to let you know when that takes place, but you can have a dining package discount, of course, our beverage discounts, whether it's water or deluxe, we have everything in between. And then so much for the kids. I mean, we're a very, very family friendly brand. And I remember taking my kids on board when they were as young could be, and they loved it to the point where they didn't want to come out of the Adventure Ocean Youth Program. All of our counselors have a 4-year degree plus another 3 to 5 years experience working with kids. There's so many experiences for them to take advantage of, and it really is so special. So you can see we do group them. The only time we charge for this amazing experience for our kids is for the nursery, because we have a baby to staff ratio, or when you get into the late night party zone, and that starts at 10 o'clock at night. Other than that, this is completely complimentary. The kids have the best time. We group them in ages. We make you extremely accessible to them if they're younger, and they just really, if the kids are having a good time, the parents are having a good time. We are also autistic friendly and have so many features. We have special groups that are also available, toy lending, films, and really just some nice opportunities for guests who have autistic children. Let's talk for just a few moments about the entertainment. This is our beautiful aqua theater off the back of our Oasis class ships. You can see it's got just breathtaking views and incredible experiences. We also have our Broadway shows. And when I say Broadway show, this is an actual Broadway show. We have to follow the exact guidelines as if it were on Broadway. The bonus is it doesn't cost you $150 a ticket. So we've got Saturday Night Fever, We Will Rock You, Mamma Mia, Cats, Hairspray, Wizard of Oz, Back to the Future. I feel like I'm missing a few, but they are amazing. And what's the bonus is that these same incredible entertainers also do our production shows. One of my all-time favorites, and I have to mention it again, being from Ohio, is called Flight. This starts with the Wright brothers and how they started with flight, and it goes all the way up to going into space and everything in between. But what is so cool is this plane is the actual rendition of in the same size of the Wright brothers' first flight, and it flies out into our audience. It is so cool. It will give you shivers up your spine. It really is so amazing. So we are so proud of the entertainment that we offer, and it really is just second to none. Again, nightlife means different things to different people. So if you're not into the shows, we've got theme parties, of course, Vegas style casinos on board all of our ships, live dancing and music, as well as cocktails and different parties. Resources, I'm actually getting ready to book a next cruise for myself, and I know that the most important thing about that is getting excited about it, getting a chance to plan things like shore excursions, customizing your vacation, spa and fitness and entertainment. To do this all in advance makes it so seamless when you step on board. So we make this super, super easy for you in the pre-cruise planner. We also are all about celebrations. We've polled most of our guests and find that a lot of them are actually celebrating something when they come on board, whether it is graduations or birthdays or, whatever it happens to be, anniversaries, multi-generationals. We have so many different experiences that allow you to really celebrate and make it a truly special experience for everybody. Talked a little bit about the excursions as well. We've got some that are going to be kid-friendly, some that are going to be mobility-friendly, some are a little more high intensity, but whatever you choose, we have so many choices for you when you debark in one of our ports. I almost hate to talk about this because I do remember the day when it cost $7.95 a minute to call home. I kind of miss those days, I'll be honest, but that's not the world that we live in. So people do want to stay connected. They want to share their experiences. They want to see what's going on at home, whatever it happens to be. So we are powered by Starlink. You can surf and stream, and it's all called Voom. To stay connected, I talked a little bit about this before, your My Royal Cruise. You can go ahead and do this on your tablet, on your phone, and really just kind of plan out your experience and make it your own, really customize it. And of course, we have the app, and the app makes it super friendly. Now, a reminder, if you don't have a smartphone, if that's not your thing, you don't need one. We're going to give you everything that you need, all the resources when you get on board. But the app really helps if you're looking to really kind of expedite things, whether you're checking in on your phone, watching our safety briefing, looking for the daily planner, managing your reservations, and of course, guest to guest chat. So it's nice to stay connected if that's what you want to do. If you've cruised with us before, this is probably familiar, our Crown and Anchor Society with our member benefits. You can see here that the more you cruise with us, of course, the bigger the perks. And we're very, very excited that we have so many loyal members. So thank you if you are part of this team. If you have special needs, we're going to take care of you too, whether it's accessible staterooms, visual needs, dietary needs, hearing disabilities. We are a very accessible brand. We have an entire team dedicated to those in need, and we're very proud of that. The Royal Up, if you have actually been one of those, and I think there's been many out there who said, you know what, I don't think I need a balcony. I'm not going to use it. You book yourself an inside and then you get buyer's remorse. We have something that's called the Royal Up, which allows you to upgrade your stateroom. You can bid on it. Now, I wouldn't say to do this if you want a balcony. Book that balcony, book that suite, whatever it is. But most of these people are saying, you know what? Oh, I really think I'd like a window. I really think I'd like a balcony. And you know what? You never know if it's going to happen, but it's an opportunity for you to bid and see if it happens. Book now or book later. I just like to touch on this when I'm talking about presentations because I know that sometimes people don't want to talk to our future cruise consultants because they're like, I don't want to cheat on my travel agent. You would never want to cheat on John and his team, and you're not. They put you there on the first cruise. They get full credit for it. So take time. Book your next cruise when you're on board. There's so many perks, reduced deposit, up to $500 off. I mean, there's really some nice savings to make your decision when you're cruising with us. So, and all I can tell you is that I work for Royal Caribbean, and as I mentioned, 29 years, and in 29 years, I've never booked direct with Royal Caribbean. It's not a smart choice, and they would agree. Book with your travel agent. We give them so many perks and privileges. They're there to take care of you, full service. They're going to give you better deals than what we'll give you direct. So I think I just want to turn this over to John now to talk about a few of these amazing opportunities he has for you.
Thank you, Chris. So yeah, we do have some really good ones, and it's pretty amazing. We're part of a consortia called Travel Leaders Network, and through that consortia, we have access to group space on over 9,000 sailings between now and 2027. Now, we don't always get pricing advantages, but we're always going to get you at least the same deal that you get by going direct. And on any of those that we do have um, groups on, we can offer additional amenities. So it's a good value. Plus, you support a local business. So what's better than that? So if we
Absolutely.
could go to the next slide, let's dive into some of these deals because sometimes we do have really good pricing advantages. So we just pulled a couple of them for you to kind of illustrate this. So here's a 7-night Western Med, and these are all based on double occupancy. This one is for Brilliance of the Seas. So it starts in Rome, and we can help you if you want to go in a few days early, spend a little extra time there. We can help set that up for you. We'll help you with transfers from the airport to get to the cruise port. If you want to do a pre-night hotel or anything like that, we can help with those, even tours on the land side. And what an amazing itinerary
Mm,
here. So it goes down
mm,
to Naples. Last time I was there on a cruise, we went from Naples down to Sorrento. And then one day we went to and had this farm to table experience where they made fresh mozzarella cheese.
mhm.
Oh, so good. It's ruined mozzarella cheese for me, but it was amazing when we had it because it's just not the same. It's so, so good. We had limoncello that they made there direct. I'm gonna start getting hungry. It's dinner time, so I'm gonna stop talking about the food. After that, we went up to and we saw Pompeii. So we walked through the ruins
Nice.
of Pompeii. So really cool. Santorini, Greece. One of my favorite places that I've been. I want to go back and spend more time there. That's a great thing too about cruising is you kind of get the sampler platter, and it's a great way to see the Med because there's so many great places to see. If you try to do that on land, you're going to spend half your time, trying to get trains and planes and all of those things. You're going to spend time waiting in stations. With a cruise, you can experience all of them and then figure out where you want to go back, kind of plant yourself and spend more time to immerse yourself in
Hmm.
the culture. And of course, it ends in Athens, and Athens was amazing as well. So
This is quite a highlight. You picked a good one here.
yeah, I know. I'm kind of, what am I
I know,
doing
right?
here?
What am I doing in
Right?
May of 26?
But here's the best part. We have, and there's only a limited number of these. There's only 6 left as of today. But if you were to book this direct with Royal Caribbean, it's still a great price for what you're getting. This is an interior cabin. It would be $4,183 for the cabin for 2 people. But we have in a group on it. We have group pricing that's only $2,100. That's a $2,000 savings that we can get you if you wanted to do this particular cruise. If you do want to do it, you're going to want to reach out to us quickly because, like I said, these will go pretty fast. Um,
Exciting.
I'm going to pause here real quick because there was a question that came in from
Okay.
Debbie. So, hey, Debbie, how's it going? I know you can't answer me, but hi. Um, Debbie asks, as a frequent cruiser, I'm increasingly frustrated with the Wi-Fi not working properly. I understand this is a challenge, but is Royal considering not charging for this service that is so unreliable? I spend way too much time at the Voom desk with Wi-Fi issues on my cruises.
Oh,
So I'll take a first cut at that. Debbie, sorry to hear that.
yeah.
I think it's improved quite a bit. I just had customers who got off of a cruise on Wonder of the Seas not too long ago, and I'll let Chris talk about the back end of this. But one of the first things one of the first pieces of feedback they gave me was the Wi-Fi was amazing. They said that their kids were streaming things, which again, rather see the kids out enjoying the ship and seeing other things, but they were streaming videos and doing all kinds of things. So I think that they've really kind of improved it. And
Hmm.
Chris, I'll kind of let you chime in here.
Well, and I have to say the same, John. I cruise often. I'm out on the ships a lot, and I'll be honest, I have not had that experience. I'm glad that you're talking to our Voom desk and they're helping you stay connected that way. I really wish I had something to share. I know that it's not an option at this point to just make it complimentary because it costs us. I want to say upwards of $60 million a year to offer our guests this ability, our partnership with Starlink. So I don't think it's an option. And you're out at sea. So unfortunately, there are no cell towers. So we do have some limitations, but I really, I'm sorry to hear that. And, please, work with John. He'll work with me. We'll definitely get in touch and see if there's anything we can do to help you.
Yeah. And Chris mentioned Starlink. So if you know anything about Starlink, it's owned by Elon Musk, whether you like him or not, that's okay. That's not what we're here to discuss. But they are launching new satellites all the time. So the
Hmm.
coverage is getting better and better as they
Hmm.
launch more satellites. And that's going to continue for the next few years.
Hmm.
Um, One thing I'll say before I leave here, because I do want to it helps to say it again because it's fun to say. You can save $2,000 on this. And in addition to saving $2,000 on this particular cruise, you're still going to get an $88 onboard credit with it.
Nice.
So it's almost like we're paying you to go at this point.
I think so too. You can't stay home for that, right?
No? So let's go ahead and go to the next one. So here's one for the Caribbean. Caribbean is one of our specialties as well as it is Royal Caribbean's. So this one is on Harmony of the Seas. That's an Oasis class ship, so it's a bigger ship. And 7 nights Western Caribbean. So you've got Galveston. At least this leaves out of Galveston. If you're flying out of Columbus, um, Galveston's at certain times of the year an easier flight to get because you can fly into either Houston, George Bush, or you can fly into Houston Hobby. And
Hmm.
it's a little bit of a commute to get down there, but it's not bad. And
Hmm.
you go to Roatan. So for the divers out there like me,
Hmm.
Rotan's a
One of
great
my
place
favorite
to go.
places. Yeah.
Uh, Costa Maya, that is where soon, Chris, when did you say that new island is going to be?
27.
27. Okay, so you won't get to
27.
go to that
Fall
one
of
on this one.
27. Yes.
But there's a really cool town right there called Mahawal. We have an awesome video out on our YouTube channel that you can check out about a little hidden gem there to go find. And then Cozumel. Cozumel is always fun. I love Cozumel.
And by this time, Maybe not. I'm thinking we have a new private island, excuse me, a Royal Beach collection that's going to be started on the western part of Cozumel, very similar to what we're doing in Paradise Island in Nassau. So we're doing these really cool excursions with Royal Caribbean so that guests feel that common connection and really, including your food, your beverages, your experience. So that is coming, but I believe this will be here before we're opening there.
Okay. Well, this is a boardwalk balcony, so you may, depending on where your cabin is, have a peekaboo view of the ocean.
Mhm.
And again, there's limited numbers here with this. But if you were to book this direct, it's going to cost you around $4,200. We have a group rate on this that would save you, again, over $2,000 on a cabin for two people. And this one's a balcony, so the onboard credit for this one would actually be $125. So again, an
Nice.
amazing deal here for February. Perfect time to go on a cruise down to
Oh
the
yeah.
Caribbean and get yourself out of this cold, usually cold weather in Columbus, Ohio.
Hmm.
Uh, so let's go to the next one.
Okay. 18
So,
nights. I love it.
and Chris, you mentioned that Australia was on your bucket list.
Yes, it is.
So, here's an opportunity. Uh,
Mhm.
this one is
Wow.
a transatlantic, and honestly, I love where this starts and ends. It's got a lot of sea days in there, so if you like taking in the entertainment that we talked about and the food and everything, there's plenty of opportunities to do that on this one. But again, 18 days. So even if you were on an interior cabin for two people, $7,400 is not bad. That breaks down to about $3,700 a person for 18 days on a cruise
Mhm.
ship. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, it
And
is.
we have it for 3,000. So we can actually save you $4,300 on this particular sailing. Now, there's no onboard credit here because this virtual balcony cabin is actually sold out on this sailing. So you couldn't even go to Royal Caribbean and book it, but we still have group space that's being held for us. So the only way to get this deal is to go um, through us. Always
Nice.
nice to have those kind of setups for us. But yeah, $4,300 is a lot of savings. I think this is a great deal. And
It really is, and if you love those sea days, you've got an abundance here. And to some, I mean, I know this is a highlight. I talked to my husband, in fact, thinks that the best days on a cruise ship are days at sea. He just absolutely loves it. And of course, there's going to be a lot of things to do. I love this too. I was just in Tahiti and French Polynesia in February. Truly, truly amazing. So I love this one. I think this is going to be a great destination or a great cruise for anybody who's looking for some real R&R time.
absolutely. So, we just want to give you some samples here. So that's kind of bringing us to an end tonight. If there's any more questions while we're wrapping up, feel free to put those either in the Q&A or in the chat. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I was pretty excited about some of these, and I know
Oh
you're
my
going to talk
gosh.
here and finish with the promotions. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks. And again, I'm always in awe of the amazing deals that you have with your groups through your consortium. And it really is something that, you won't get anywhere else. So please keep that in mind. Again, just one more reason to book with your travel agent. We don't give this kind of service. We don't offer these kind of deals if you just pick up the phone and call us directly. Our current promotion, again, available for May is going to be 60% off the second guest for all sailings departing after May 2nd, kid sail free sometimes, 12 and under. So it's just a great way to again take advantage if you're looking for one of these amazing group departures, or if you're just looking for an individual booking. There's so many things available for you. So with that, I just want to kind of wrap up here, showing some of our accolades with Best Private Island, Best New Ship, Best Cruise Line overall, Best in the Caribbean, Best Entertainment. I mean, we kind of have to brag a little bit here. This says a lot about what our brand is. And so with that, I just want to thank you so much. I want to just again say thank you to John for hosting this event tonight, for giving me the opportunity to brag a little bit about my favorite thing, which is cruising. And yeah, please, if there's any other questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat box.
Yep. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. So if you have questions after we wrap up, feel free to reach out to myself or any of our team. We'll be happy to help you out. So with that, I think we're going to let you get back out here. There's still some daylight left. Uh, Go out, have a nice beverage of your choice, and talk about where you want to go next. So with that, thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Thanks
John.
everyone for
Thank you,
joining.
everyone. Thank
Talk to you
you.
later.
Bye-bye.